Before you watch the video, make sure you check out my full digital SAT math and verbal section video courses. These are the #1 rated video courses on Udemy, and I'm sure they're going to help you during your SAT prep. So let's take a look at some basic linear equations problems. On your screen now, you can see two problems. They're pretty similar, and these are actually common problems that might appear in front of you on the SATs. So let's solve the first one, and then we'll continue with the second one. The function f is defined by f of x is equal to x plus 3. So that is a linear equation because, as you remember, a linear equation has a slope multiplied by x, and there is a constant value, which is the y-intercept of the function. What is the y-intercept of the graph of this function in the xy plane? Well, you remember that the coordinates on the coordinate plane we write as x comma y. And when we talk about a y-intercept, if you remember, this is going to be actually the point at which the line crosses the y-axis. So the x-coordinate is going to be always 0, and the y-coordinate is going to be b, which is the constant in the linear equation. Here, b is equal to 3. So the y-intercept is going to be 0, 3. D is the correct answer in this case. And let us now try and solve the second question. The function f is defined by f of x is equal to 9 over 2x plus 1. What is the slope of this equation? You should always remember that if on the left side you only have f of x or y, and on the right side you have the slope, the x value plus a constant value b, then this is going to be your slope. Please remember that in some situations, they're going to write something like 2 times f of x is equal to, let's say, 3x plus 5. In this case, you will have to divide both sides by 2 because f of x has to be alone for you to be able to see the slope. Or in other words, if they say 2y is equal to 3x plus 5, you will have to divide both sides by 2 to get your slope. So in this case, the original function would look like f of x is equal to 3 over 2x plus 5 over 2. And here it would look like y is equal to 3 over 2x plus 5 over 2. So your actual slope would be 3 over 2, okay? Now, that was just a side fact, and obviously in this question, the answer is way more easier. Since they gave us the linear equation in its original form, we don't need to divide anything. The slope is here, 9 over 2. So D is the correct answer. If in the answer choices you had something like 4.5, that would be also the correct answer. Let's move on to question number 2. Here we see a graph in front of us, and every time you see a graph on the SAT, you have to read the question carefully. Which of the following could represent the graph of the linear equation y is equal to mx plus 3, where m is a positive constant? So they mentioned here that m is positive, which means it's larger than 0. And we know that when the slope is positive, your line has to be going upwards from left to right. Another fact that we see here is that the y-intercept is positive 3. So it has to be above the x-axis. Because if the y-intercept is negative, it has to be below the x-axis. But in this case, it's positive. It has to be above. So we eliminate a and b because the slopes are negative in both of these situations. And we eliminate d because here the y-intercept is negative. In that case, your correct answer would be C. This was the solution to only 2 questions out of the total 10 questions in this topic. In order to find the other solutions, please navigate to my full Udemy SAT course, link in description.